Yes, I have a question. Sorry, I have a question. For a model like Singapore, is there any possibility that Singapore could able to self-sustain, in this era of biotechnology and produce foods like rice, for instance? Is there a possibility because countries like I've observed, like Israel, they're able to grow crops within their own country, although they're small. And also countries like Hawaii, I mean, they did that. Of course, they have land, but is it possible that Singapore could do that?
Because they're small and they're small, and Israel is a small country, but it's got a fair bit of land that can do the job, and what land they do is very intensive. But Singapore has got how many hectares?
700.
700 hectares. So we've not got a heck of a lot of land.
Okay, I need to understand what the policy decision was made by Israel. Israel has limited water, limited agricultural land. Israel does not grow rice, it does not grow wheat, it does not grow maize. It grows very high value-added crops that it uses its scarce water on. It generates the income to be able to buy maize, wheat, and rice as a result. And that may be a model with a limited acreage or whatever. In Singapore may be doing the same things. You have a very vibrant orchid business, you may have other businesses which generate income that you can then use to substitute for other foods. Yep. But again, this is a Singapore policy.
So just adding to what Gerald said, what Singapore has been embarking on is actually provide technology to the neighboring countries. An example is the fish, whereby they provide fingerlings into Indonesia, grow them up, and then bring them back. Equally, setting up reasonable sized farm in the hinterland. What we've been discussing for the past 2 days, providing technology, R&D, providing that ability to grow and produce at higher yielding, and therefore providing food back to Singapore on a high-tech basis in the sense of technology provision, as opposed to clearing land and growing it yourself in Singapore per se. So there are different models that Singapore is working on. Equally, they are investing in China with the Chiling project, creating a real big food hub. Again, investing in technology, getting that area to produce, and then providing a certain level of sustainability and security to Singapore. So there are different models for Singapore to look at. Again, it's policy driven.
But would that be a day where Singapore is able to grow their own vegetables, and perhaps even rice without the use of sunlight, but maybe indoor?
It is. I mean, to a certain extent, it's a bit pie in the sky stuff. But there are people talking about, looking at urban agriculture in subterranean tunnels on the tops of ACB blocks, etc. And urban farming and vertical farming in all its different forms could be done in Singapore. But we're always going to be land constrained. We've got 5 million people. We may be going a bit bigger, perhaps not as rapidly as once thought, but we don't have that much land to do. Well, we're certainly not going to be able to do rice or on a cost competitive basis. The leafy vegetables are a potential target, but the staples, the rice and whatever, is very unlikely. Well, impossible, I would say. But never say never. Yeah.